Islanders hockey on MSG Networks is brought to you by Catholic Health. Here for every moment of every life. Long live Long Island. Islanders back on the road, coming off a shutout win and looking to follow it up with another one here at Bell Center in Montreal. Hello, everyone. I'm Shannon Hogan. Puck drop between the Islanders and the Canadiens coming your way in a matter of moments here on MSG Networks. Want to let you know a couple of lineup changes for the Islanders. Good news, Casey Cizikas, who did not skate this morning because he was feeling unwell, is feeling much better. He will go in the lineup and he will be centering that fourth line. Also, J.G. Pageau makes his return to the lineup. Isles have missed him in the middle as well. And also you're gonna have Ilya Sorokin between the pipes. If you watched our pregame show, you heard Butch Goring making fun of me, calling me like Youppi, who is a orange furry creature that happens to be the mascot here in Montreal. And so if you haven't seen my orange fur coat from Save the Duck, now you know. I am the Shannon female Youppi. Guys, over to you.
I think she blew that out a little out of context, Brendan, but she looks great. Bottom line, thank you very much. Save the Duck.
Much better than Youppi, Shannon. Hi there, by the way. Brendan Burke and Butch Goring. So happy you're with us. Let's talk about some hockey. Islanders have a chance to get back to 500, NHL 500 with a win today. Haven't put back-to-back wins together in almost a month. There's an opportunity for them tonight in Montreal.
Yeah, it really is, and as Thomas Hickey mentioned, the game the other night loses some value if you don't follow up with a really good performance, and certainly the Islanders are capable of winning here at the, used to be the Forum.
Yep, Bell Center now.
And now it's the Bell Center, but you know what, the other side of the thing is that they've got 4 of their next 5 games at home, Brendan, so this is a chance to really make hay while the sun is shining, so you need to get off on the right foot.
In the first 148 games of Simon Holmstrom's NHL career, he had never scored 2 goals in the same game, but 149 and 150 both featured multi-goal performances from Simon Holmstrom, and even with J.G. Pageau back in the lineup tonight, Holmstrom stays in that spot with Anders Lee and Bo Horvath.
Well, he's been terrific, Brent. That's the only way to describe him, and you know, we've been talking about him as a guy that wants to score. I think earlier on in his career, he just thought about playing good defensive hockey. Well, he still has that in his bag, good back checking. He's skating exceptionally well, but I love his compete level. He's strong along the boards. He's winning one-on-one battles. He's playing with guys that if he gets them the puck, they'll score. But you can just see his energy, his desire to score goals. I mentioned the other night, he's putting himself in position to score goals, getting into the slot, getting deflections, and look at this driving towards the net. That's another part. That takes some fortitude to be able to drive to the net. He's even scoring when he doesn't get the puck 100%. So when you're hot, but he deserves everything he's getting at this point in time because he's playing terrific.
Islanders' third period struggles are well documented, but on Saturday against Buffalo, it was different. Didn't give up a goal, added to it with an empty netter. What did you see as the difference in the game on Saturday?
The difference, the big save. Oh my goodness, there was a shorthanded opportunity, a 2-on-1, and he makes a spectacular save. And everybody on the bench, their shoulders dropped, and they said, you know what? It's our time. We're going to win this hockey game, and they played really solid hockey the rest of the game. Watch them checking. They marked their men extremely well, and when they needed a save, they got it. But the guys were back. They were physical. Watch the position. Watch them in front of the net, Brendan, how they all got men. They're not running around like crazy. They were more conservative, yet still quick in their approach when they needed to be. And this went on for the entire period. Buffalo had 6 shots after about 15 minutes, so they weren't getting many opportunities. The Islanders, and they forechecked at different times. There was good support. Look at them in front of that. So they're not trying to protect the lead. They're trying to build on a lead. So there's just so many good things. And as we talked about earlier, they need to continue to do this because this is the way they have to play. Again, watch the help there. Brock said it was offside, by the way. He was thinking just exactly what I did. But this is just a nice little clearing play. They chip it out, and then a 2-on-1, and Brock certainly could have scored another goal in this situation. But the only thing that went bad with him. But as you can see, this was a really strong game. I just like the way they played in their own zone. They always had someone in front of the net. We so often have seen guys all alone. Well, this didn't happen. And of course, here's the icing on the cake when you get the empty net goal.
Well, tonight there'll be a little extra juice inside Bell Center as Patrik Laine makes his Montreal Canadiens debut. Traded to bring him here over the summer, but got injured in preseason action. He hasn't played yet until tonight. but this is a guy that they hope can still provide some offense. We take a look at the Taco Bell take. All indications are he can still shoot the puck.
Yeah. Well, that was his forte all along. And don't give him too many opportunities. He's great on the power play. Has a great slap shot. Has a great one-timer. So yes, he can add some offense to the Montreal Canadiens if he's ready to go. And apparently, he was really excited to become a Montreal Canadian. He could be a huge asset for the Canadiens.
Islanders and Habs for the second time this season. First time October 19th. Islanders 4-3 winners in a 9-round shootout. Islanders going right back to Ilya Sorokin, fresh off his first shutout of the year on Saturday against the Sabres. Isles and Habs coming your way next. The first of 13 December games for the New York Islanders as they meet the Canadiens for the second time this season. Tonight's goaltending matchup brought to you by Audi. Visit your Tri-State Audi dealer today to get behind the wheel of the Audi model you have always wanted. Ilya Sorokin's numbers look a little bit better today than they did on Saturday after his 29-save shutout against the Buffalo Sabres, 19th shutout of his career. Islanders saw Caden Primo the last time these two teams got together. Tonight they're going to see Sam Montembeault, who got the day off on Sunday but did allow 4 goals on Saturday in the loss to the Rangers. He has lost each of his last 3. The Montreal Canadiens goaltenders as a whole, the lowest goals or the highest goals against average and the second lowest save percentage in the National Hockey League. That has been their struggle, trying to keep the puck out of their net. Montreal legend Patrick Roy, his 33, retired and hanging from the rafters here at Bell Center. He returns as a head coach for what is the 5th time in his coaching career. Brendan Burke put scoring. Thomas Hickey, happy to have you with us tonight. Bo Horvat will take the opening faceoff against Kirby Dach of the Montreal Canadiens. And Patrick Laine is on the ice for his Canadiens debut. He wears 92 here in Montreal. The Islanders control the opening faceoff. Puck handled by Dach right off the stick of Laine. Handled for a moment there and then lost by Anders Lee. Islanders take back over.
Butch, I'm always interested to see who the other team matches up. What line do they think is the best? Caden Gooley, Mike Matheson, this is their shutdown pair. They picked the Horvat line. To me, that means you're probably going to see a lot of that tonight.
Absolutely. That's, of course, Laine. I think they wanted to start him, right, given it's his first game of the season. But
yeah, get it out of your system a little bit.
Yeah, get the nerves out and be a little excited.
Well, Horvat couldn't find his way around Matheson. Took a spill in the corner and was still there when the puck rolled to him. Holmstrom out for George. A wrist shot got through. Rebound attempt. What a save by Montembeault as that puck popped out for Siplikov, and he made the move to the backhand. And welcome to the hockey game, Sam Montembeault.
Yeah, big save early on and stretched that left pad out, and you could see Siplikov was extended. So when you're extended, it's hard to get it up in a hurry.
I don't know if we've seen a goaltender over the last couple of years play better against the New York Islanders than Sam Montembeault. It seems he's got their number. 927 save percentage lifetime against the Islanders.
Did you have to bring that up? That wasn't necessary.
Oh, they're going to call a penalty here. Siplikov's going to be called for tripping. It was skate.
It's the reverse Jakes, Butch.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay. Well,
Brendan knows all about that.
Yeah, all about it. Siplikov for tripping as he got his skates underneath Lane Hudson.
Number 7, Minor Pelly, tripping.
And that seems to be the only sort of error in his game, right, Thomas, is that he takes these penalties, and you know, that's a lazy penalty. You know, you extended your legs, and it wasn't necessary. There's a shot from the point, a little kick action deflection there by Siplikov, and again, as this play goes towards the net, Thomas, watch where see how he's extended way out there? Couldn't lift it all the way up.
So an early penalty taken by the Islanders. Power play begins for the Canadiens, and Laine shot got redirected on its way to the net. And a save made on the try from Suzuki.
Now, I wonder if Laine will play that side on the power play. Normally he plays his offside for that one-time shot. Terrific wrist shot, and in front of the net is Slafkovsky, and change of direction. A good early save by Sorokin.
Well, Patrick Laine comes from injured reserve right onto the top power play unit, taking Kirby Dach's spot as Romanov got twisted down to the ice. And really, it changes the complexion of this Montreal power play, because now they have two legitimate shooters on this unit. A Suzuki shot instead goes down low. Slafkovsky across, trying to hook up with Cole Caulfield. That's the other guy who has 16 goals on the year in Cole Caulfield. 7 of them have come on the power play. Laine snaps one wide of the net. He had a long time to stare down Sorokin with that one. Lane Hudson across. Hudson gets it back from Laine, work to Caulfield. Caulfield delays, got the pass through for Laine, tried to return it to Caulfield, and Nelson got a stick on it. Pollock puts a shoulder into Caulfield. Pressure continues, 50 seconds into the power play. Montreal's power play, middle of the league, just over 20%. As Suzuki, the drag, Romanov, a good poke. Laine with it, and a stick there from Nelson kept it away from Caulfield.
It's like they're cheating a little bit on Caulfield.
Laine to the slot, a swing and a miss from Suzuki, and the Islanders catch a break there. Palmieri races off, and Pajot replaces him, and now the Islanders will get a chance to get everybody fresh.
Yeah, minute and 15 seconds Montreal spent after winning that opening faceoff for their power play.
Here's Kirby Dach. The blue line for Matheson. Matheson to Dach. 30 seconds left on the Siplikov penalty. Matheson shot just missed the net with Gallagher crossing in front of Sorokin. Pulled off the boards by Pajot. Took his time, didn't get the puck through. Matheson stole it away, and quickly re-entering are the Canadiens. Dach from the half wall will set it up for Matheson. Played now here for Dach. Looking over his options. 6 seconds left on the Siplikov minor. All the way across, tapped in front. Gallagher was handcuffed by McLean. Out of the box comes Siplikov. No icing here, and the Islanders able to make it through.
Yeah, I don't think Pajot, I think it was Pajot that threw that puck up. Don't think he realized the penalty was just ending. If he waits a second, it's a breakaway.
Yeah, half a second, and maybe Siplikov's off.
Here comes George. Head through center. No icing here. Horvat will track after it. Holmstrom in his skates returns it to Horvat. Horvat wanted Lee in front, deflected behind, glove down by Yoel Armia. Bumped along, room to skate into it for Josh Anderson. And now Evans to Anderson to the front. Nobody home. It was behind Armia. Picked up by Horvat. George with room to skate. Isaiah George drew 2 defenders to him and then put it to the net. Montembeault steered to the side. Just 1 shot for Montreal on that power play. It's their only shot of the game so far. We're just over 4 minutes gone here in the first.
It was good possession for Montreal. They passed it around quite a bit. Didn't get much going to the net.
Bashing. Chipped into the corner. Matt Martin got there, but just the long reach of Jaden Struble poked it from him. And then Newhook with a pass to the middle for the mobile rookie defenseman Lane Hudson, who was up on the rush. Backhand pass to the front. Caulfield wrestled off a bit by Cizikas. Matt Martin able to emerge with the puck.
Never too late to come back, and Casey Cizikas just kept coming and was able to make a good defensive play in the last possible second.
It's been 3 times now we've seen that. It could be one of those nights, Butch. Is it the time that you don't track all the way back? Islanders so far have been on with that, but those stick lifts right at the very end. Hutton had a good one at the end of the penalty kill. Might be that kind of night.
Montreal finishing up their changes while they buy time in their own zone. Set up behind the net is Caden Gooley. Become really the most reliable defenseman for this Canadiens team at just 22 years old. There's Gooley to keep it in. Snaps it over for Struble. Jaden Struble's shot guided away by Sorokin. Dvorak. Wahlstrom came up with it, knocked to the ice. Followed up by McLean, can't come away with it. Delayed offside, gives Hutton a chance to catch his breath. And then chipped into the zone by McLean. Montembeault keeps it moving. Not a lot of whistles here to start the hockey game. Slavkovsky had it knocked aside by Dobson. Siplikov had it and lost it. Somehow that's still onside, and they found Dvorak down low, but just out of his reach.
Islanders just kind of watched instead of right inside the blue line, instead of getting themselves going and forcing the play.
Into the zone, Patrick Laine dips the shoulder. Dobson trying to keep him at bay.
Sure seems to be a roar when he touches the puck in here, right? Everyone's been so pent up, excited for Laine. As soon as he gets it, you can hear the crowd come to life.
Yeah, I hope they have to wait another game to hear him score.
Yeah, likewise.
Arbor Jack Guy will put it in. Patrick Laine, not only is he making his first appearance with Montreal and his first NHL game of the season, he has been out for almost a full calendar year. As Holmstrom leaves it, Lee got it. Horvat shoots it in a save from Montembeault. First real good opportunity in a while for the New York Islanders. We're scoreless today in Montreal.
Canadiens and the New York Islanders. Islanders are in the process of killing off the late stages of the Montreal power play. And the good position, the Islanders are keeping them to the outside. That was the best opportunity to. Gallagher didn't get much on it. And again, you can see the corral around the front of the net. So Islanders did a pretty good job, and it's important. And this is Siplikov just coming out of the penalty. Oh, this is, excuse me, this is good three-way passing play. As at the end of the day, Horvat, who can't get a break, Thomas. I mean, you know you got to get it away in a hurry, and you want to hit the net, but he's done a pretty good job of hitting the crest.
Well, Horvat, no goals in his last 11, just 1 in his last 13 coming into play here tonight. As Hudson Fasching brings the puck deeper into his own end. And the pass, though, got through Pollock, tipped to the net by Armia. Islanders have scratched Pierre Engvall for the second consecutive game. J.G. Pageau comes back into the lineup, and instead of dressing 7 defensemen, they're back to 6, but it is Grant Hutton who stays in the lineup today, and Dennis Cholowski who comes out.
Well, they like the way Hutton's been playing, and it's pretty strong evidence in the last minute of the game the other night. Hutton was on the ice, so that shows you the coaching staff has an awful lot of confidence in his game at this point in time. And
an opportunity for Kyle McLean. They might be next over the boards. He's playing wing. He's almost been exclusively a centerman this year, but playing with J.G. Pageau, who's able to go tonight. You see McLean down there. He's playing the wing tonight, so a little bit different for him.
McLean. Pageau's got a beat on this, and he beats out the icing. Nice read and good hustle by Pageau.
Pageau loves to play in Montreal. I know he's born and raised in Ottawa, I believe it is, but loves to play in Montreal.
I would imagine a lot of guys love to play in Montreal. And Patrick Laine was asked about the energy in the building tonight. He said, listen, if you can't get up for a game in Montreal, there's something wrong with you.
The Montreal fans love their hockey.
The largest building in the NHL is this one, gloved by Sorokin. More than 20,000 fans on attendance. It's always full. It's always loud of knowledgeable hockey fans. And Martin St. Louis has been given the reins to this team with the anticipation that he will get this team back towards the playoffs. Now his 4th season behind the bench for Montreal. And Thomas, they haven't really taken those steps this year that everybody expected them to take.
Yeah, look, it's okay to be a team that you don't have super high expectations, but you need to show some growth. You need to show progress. They haven't had that. Had a couple conversations with him this year. And Butch, you can probably attest to it as a coach. You build slowly, and maybe you see that growth in spurts, but for him, it's still some of those fundamental details that he's...
Oh, Matheson rings the post off the faceoff.
A slow reaction by the Islanders after losing that faceoff. Got to cut across, not to let the defenseman Matheson slide right into the slot area.
There's Laine drawing some moves and ahs for the Bell Center crowd. It found its way to Kirby Dach. And Dach pressured by Hutton, cycles it down for Laine. Patrick Laine into the corner for Slavkovsky. Slavkovsky with a hit on Nelson, took the puck and centered it. Siplikov will get it out of the zone.
Montreal's ready to go tonight. There's no two ways about it. And maybe a little infusion of energy because Laine's in the lineup, and the fans are certainly into the game early on with not a lot happening for either team.
Montreal has lost back-to-back games, and 4 of their last 5. They played on Sunday afternoon as Horvat couldn't drag that one through Savard. Lost 6-3 in the Centennial game in Boston as they celebrated the end of their 100th year as Romanov just showed his old teammate Brendan Gallagher. The Islanders gave a first-round pick to get him.
They're dangerous plays when you're that far away from the boards and the ice is still relatively fresh.
Sometimes you catch guys by surprise with those quote-unquote reverse hits. Sometimes the other guy's just stronger than you. That was the latter. Holmstrom nearly stripped Montembeault around the end boards. And then Anders Lee got a stick on that puck. It's tipped off for Armia, creating a 2-on-1. Armia across, and he couldn't connect with Dvorak. Isaiah George hurries it ahead for Holmstrom. Returns it to George. George spun off the puck and taken by Gouli.
I was talking to George today about his game and what is he learning as we watch him play here for a second. I'll come back to that.
Matt Martin whistles one wide, and then it'll come out of the zone.
I said, what did you learn so far in your first 20 games? He said, I'm learning that these guys are faster than each and every game, and they're a little more physical each and every game. So
he was ready for that hit. Emil Heineman. Heineman wound up on the ice. That's the puck taken by Jake Evans. Gave it away. Gets stuck back there with Cizikas. Fasching to help out. Top free again. Evans stripped by Cizikas. Matt Martin with good anticipation. Martin Fasching to the front of the net in the skates of Cizikas. It bounced around for a while, and Evans worked it away. And hands off for Caulfield before he'll get off the ice.
I like that line. That's with the Cizikas, Martin, and Fasching.
Here's Matheson looking to wrap it in front. Mayfield kept it away. Now Hutton hands off for McLean, and he'll go. Back is Caulfield, the forward playing D at that instance, and now Wahlstrom continues it on for Pajot. Pajot pinned, Caulfield digging. Wahlstrom working with it in his skates, pulled free by Suzuki. And Matheson will just chip it to safety.
Maybe not. Oh, linesmen seem to be doing. I like what they're doing. They're not. They're the close ones. They're not, and they're in the coffin corner. Brendan.
Yep.
I like the fact they're not whistling for icing.
Nelson couldn't stay on his feet there. McLean unable to come up with it. Handed off here for Alex Duhook. Duhook with speed, maybe too much of it as he crossed in across the Islander line. Now Siplikov jumped away from Slavkovsky. First one on the loose puck, tried a quick center for Nelson. Stop. Slavkovsky right to Siplikov. Siplikov out high. George, rink wide. Dobson off to play it off the wall. Down deep for Palmieri. Lane Hudson working on him. Loose puck bounced off the post. It came off a skate in the crease and then hit the far post and stayed out. Didn't have a lot of momentum behind it, but quarter of an inch the other way, and the Islanders get a freebie.
Best shift the Islanders had in this first period.
Just the sticks, right, Butch?
Yeah,
one after another after another. There's no time for Montreal.
Slavkovsky looking for a way out. Did a full 360 before firing it on, and Montreal can't get it deep. Horvat charging ahead. Horvat to the outside, slipped away from Struble. Horvat's pass, high slot. Holmstrom cuts back. It was read by Laine.
Yeah, good job by Laine. He didn't go for that forehand fake.
We've already reached nearly 13 minutes elapsed here in the period. Anders Lee shovels it down low. Coming around, Kirby Dach got rid of it just in time. Laine kept it along for Anderson. Anders Lee was right there, shoved down by Josh Anderson. To the front for Kaiden Guhle! And Sorokin comes up with an enormous save.
Couldn't ask for a much better chance than that, and Sorokin continues to be superb.
Kaiden Guhle had all the time and all the space, but not all the net. Locked off by Sorokin.
Protect the slot area, but Matheson's able to get a real good shot on Sorokin. Big save.
And then the intensity picks up, the physicality. That's big Juraj Slavkovsky, first overall pick from a couple of years ago. And this play right here, Romanov on Gallagher. Pretty dangerous. Yeah, you got to expect to be hit a little bit, but it's picking up. Good chance here.
What a pass this is by Armia, all the way across. It gets past Dobson, but Sorokin says, I don't think so. I'm not ready to give up a goal yet.
And then that last one, what a save by Sorokin.
Yeah, just terrific. Aggressive again. I mean, Sorokin has been much more aggressive this year than I've ever seen him. And he had that glove in the right spot. That's good positional save. Big one for the Islanders.
Sorokin coming off a shutout for the first time in 58 games. He had 2 last season. They were both early. He even lost one of those games, 1-0 in a shootout to Colorado. As Lane Hudson, flashy rookie D-man, put it in the skates of Wahlstrom. And now McLean for Pajot. Pajot to the net, and McLean just couldn't reach it. Pass into the skates of George, moves it to Thompson, snaps to the net with a good tip by Pajot, and Montembeault makes the save.
Really smart shot there by Noah Dobson. He was looking for the stick of Pajot.
All the way, and he does that extremely well, Thomas. He's got a lot of assists last year just with real good decision-making with the puck.
Josh Anderson pumped the shot, dragged it into the crease, and Dvorak had knocked Sorokin nearly back into his net. And he's able to stay outside the goal line and cover that puck up.
One of the things the Islanders have to really concentrate on for me, Thomas, is stay out of the crease. Like, you know, you've got to either box out earlier or stop and let Sorokin handle the whole play and hopefully maybe gets interference. But if you go in the crease, you really have a problem.
Well, Matt Martin and Arbor Xhekaj having a little chat after that run in near the Islander net. Tickets to the Islanders-Sabres game on December 23rd and an Alex Romanov signed Islanders puck in the WB Islanders Player to Watch sweepstakes. Listen to Roger and JP on 102.3 WBAB tomorrow morning at 8:50 a.m. and call in for your chance to win. Remember, the WBAB Islanders Player to Watch tonight is J.G. Pajot back in the lineup after missing the last two with a lower body injury.
And J.G. has a knack for scoring in Montreal, and always a little incentive for him to come back here.
Well, and for the Islanders, you guys like that he comes back in, and with the way Holmstrom's playing, they're trying to fit him in a different spot?
I like that. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, may as well. You know what JG's going to give you every day, but for Holmstrom, we haven't seen that consistently out of him. May as well see how long you can ride it.
And it gives you, I think, a little more depth through the lineup with JG not on the so-called first line. I guess you could argue that point.
Pass across for Palmieri, able to enter the zone. Palmieri's shot changed directions, almost to Nelson, bounced away from him. Siplikov turned to the goal with Palmieri crossing, and he jams it up and out of play.
These guys are going tonight, Butch. This line, I mean, I know Siplikov took the penalty that we both didn't love early on. I think he's had his feet under him. He looks like he's got some jump, but every shift they've been out there, they've been giving you something to look at, and it just comes down to the sticks that they have and being around the net.
And I think what's happening with the Isles, it seems like every night somebody is skating really well, exceptional well. You know, the other night we were watching Brock Nelson, then we watched Holmstrom, and then tonight it seems to be Siplikov. And when you have one guy in the line that's skating exceptionally well, he drags everybody else into the fight.
Islanders team leader has 10 goals on the season, and that is a three-way tie. Kyle Palmieri, Brock Nelson, and Anders Lee all sitting on 10 goals right now. Two of them on that line with Max Siplikov as Xhekaj fires it cross corner. Nelson, Siplikov can't get it out. Ryan Pollock, pressure by Heineman, spins away from the hit. And then turns back for Romanov. Takes a shove to the boards. Palmieri able to chop it along. Siplikov laid offside here against Montreal.
Boy, was he strong on the puck there. I mean, he had guys all over his back and fought them all off and then able to make a play and then change.
Here's Thompson. He'll shoot it in. Laine takes a hit from Anders Lee. Holmstrom. Matched by Struble. Lee coming in to help out. Pried it free. Gooley stapled him. Line around the boards for Kirby Dach. Now ahead for Slavkovsky. Dobson tries to take him off the puck. But a good back check from Pajot. Finally the one that got it away. Holmstrom from center ice. He'll dump it around the back of Sam Montembeault. 5 shots for the Islanders. 4 shots for the Canadians. 4.5 minutes to go in the first.
Good period so far for the Islanders. Not great, but good period. They haven't accomplished much offensively.
Line to Slavkovsky. Put it down into the corner for Kirby Dach. Dach for Line. The play behind for Slavkovsky, who at 6'3" is the shortest member of this new line put together by Marty St. Louis. It's Kirby Dach taking a hit in the corner. He's 6'4". Patrick Line is 6'4" as well. Struble gloves it down. Good steal by Horvat. Horvat one-on-one against Hudson. Can't sneak it past the skate of Lane Hudson.
Yeah, good try. Good try by Horvat. Good stick work, even better early on to get the chance.
Matt Martin making life difficult for Struble. Fashing almost picked the pocket there of Cole Caulfield.
Pretty good recovery, I would suggest.
On-off lets it go to Mayfield. Off the glass, bounced away from Fasching. It'll come to Mike Matheson. 3rd game back for Matheson after missing a couple with an injury. New hook. Hudson right on. Stopped by Sorokin.
Romanov's got to get his stick out there and block that quick shot. Thomas looked like he was just kind of didn't expect it.
And Hudson's going to be up the ice all night. He's still looking for his first NHL goal, but he joins the rush as much as anyone does.
He leads all NHL rookies in assists with 15, and those 15 assists make him tied for second rookies with points without a goal. Only Matvei Michkov in Philadelphia with 19 points has more. Here's Pajot. Couldn't handle the pass from McLean.
And McLean made a good decision there, getting it over in a hurry.
Dobson was the only guy back. Slowed up the charge. This one off the skate of Pollock and alertly covered by Sorokin.
Game's opened up a little bit, but goaltenders have been in good position. But both teams, I mean, you can see that they're focused in on the checking part of it all. And Gallagher just throwing it off, goes in off Ryan Pollock. And that's why I say, stay out of the crease, Thomas.
Yeah, this is the one you're talking about right here. Watch that. Lane Hudson coming in, Romanov right in the area. Couldn't get a stick on it, but not enough time for him to really get it up. Ilya is in the right spot.
Hudson, a very good skater, and, you know, a heady hockey player, and got some pretty good moves to his game.
A quirky skater too,
yeah,
though. It's strange. He moves extremely well, but haven't really seen anyone move like that. He sort of bobs when he goes up and down the ice.
Lane Hudson, just 20 years old. He played a couple of games in the NHL last year after his season at Boston University, and then made the full-time jump into the NHL this season with Montreal. Nelson tossed out. Palmieri will stand in.
5'9", 160, Lane Hudson.
Deflected away. That's small in today's NHL standards. It is minuscule by defenseman standards. Speaking of small by NHL standards, Brendan Gallagher with the puck behind the net. Listed at 5'9", 185 pounds.
And he's been around quite a while, too, and he plays a hard game. Certainly not scared to make his living in front of the net.
This is his 12th season in the NHL, Brendan Gallagher. As Palmieri comes over in front of the benches, pulls the puck away. And Patrick Law liking what he sees from this line. Siplikov at the end of the shift, though, will head off the ice. And Horvat, Holmstrom, and Anders Lee will get the next shift inside of 2 minutes to play. Savard on the chip in. George stripped of the puck by Evans, but he tried to put it down. He gave it right back to George. George protecting the puck. Opens up. Noah Dobson. Couldn't get it to Anders Lee. Matheson turned it around. Jake Evans shoots it in. Sorokin slows it up for Dobson. Around the glass. Flipped out of the zone by Horvat. Quick change here for the Islanders.
Not much happening in between the blue lines. Both teams have been pretty efficient and lots of support in all the zones. And not a lot of ice time out, not a lot of room out there.
At the final minute of the period is Keaton Gooley. Comes in, takes a hit from Ryan Pollock. George will take the puck. Montreal was in change, so a little bit of time here for New York as Ryan Pulock ahead for Fasching. Yeah, he had just stepped over the line, backed his way in before that puck came to his stick.
Make every slap shot, goal, and win mean more on FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Scan the QR code now and start getting in on the live action.
Well, Patrick Roy here in Montreal. The fans always excited to see him. The media coverage is as intense as you would expect it to be in 2 different languages when Patrick Roy comes to town.
And he has lots of time for him, too. I mean, he didn't rush off. He talked probably for 15, 20 minutes and answered all the questions. And
you didn't understand any of it.
Very little of it.
Offside here, they'll do it again.
He did say, though, that, you know, he loves to come to Montreal. He played here 10 years and enjoyed himself, obviously had some success here, and it's always fun for him. We saw him last night out for dinner. We must have went to a good place because Patrick was there.
It's a good sign, isn't it?
Well, you know, if he doesn't know the good restaurants, then who does? So, yeah, Brendan and I had a nice little meal. And by the way, Thomas, you missed a free meal because Brendan bought last night.
Well, maybe I can take an IOU for next one. Great check.
You have to take people out for dinner when you come to Canada because it's a discount on the American dollar, right?
Exactly, yeah. That's a great point.
Yeah, he makes me buy when we're in the States.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he says, Butch, this is your country. You buy.
Yep. What you buy in L.A.
Yeah.
That's right. McLean gets it out of the zone. Only 25 seconds left before the intermission.
Which you mentioned, not much going on in the neutral zone. Every team's making the right decisions. Sometimes that just turns it into a muck it up, try to break it out, go do it again. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's led to not a whole lot happening.
Yeah, and it's a matter of winning your battles, right? You got to win them in the. Oh, there's a penalty, interference.
Oliver Wahlstrom drawing a penalty as he tried to get around his defender, and instead of letting him go by, Jaden Struble put him on his back. Interference, the call.
And talk about a good decision.
47, 2-minute minor penalty, interference.
For Oliver Wahlstrom, right? Well, you got nothing going on. Let's put it behind him. Make the defenseman turn, and if he doesn't, if he tries to stand you up, it's going to be a penalty right here. Yeah. What are your odds? 1 on 3, slim to none, like what Wally's doing there.
Yeah. Might have got a high sticking penalty, too. Kind of got the baton up a little bit. Yeah. Could have been 2 and 2, and Wally draws a penalty, and maybe that's why the fans had the Boo Birds came out a little early because they saw the stick come up a little bit.
Islanders power play brought to you by Genesis. There's only seconds to work with here. They can't get the shot on. And so the period comes to a close, but the second period will begin with 1 minute and 55 seconds of power play time for the New York Islanders.
A couple of real good things. They killed off a power play. We've talked a lot about the penalty killing and its woes, but and then the good solid play and the smart decision, as Thomas Hickey was talking about, that the guys were puck management, it's called. Brendan did a really good job with it. No, it wasn't an exciting offensive show by either team, but the goaltenders made a couple of good saves when they had to. So all in all, I would say it's a good, strong period for the Islanders. Look for them to be a little bit better in the second.
Coming up, it's the first intermission report brought to you by your local Honda dealers. Contact your local Honda dealer for a great deal today. J.G. Pageau has 5 goals in this building. He'll talk with Shannon Hogan next. Thomas Hickey provides some thoughts as well. 4th straight scoreless period put up by Sorokin and the Islanders, but there's no score on either side after 1 tonight in Montreal.
here in Montreal on the Honda Intermission Report after one period of play, 0-0 between the Islanders and the Habs. And we have JG Pageau joining us outside the Islanders dressing room. JG, I know the fans at home were happy to see you back in the lineup after missing a couple of games. How did that first period feel personally for you?
Yeah, it was fast-paced. It's always fast when you come back, but it's good to be back around the guys, you know. Watch them in the stands, not being able to go, it's hard. You know, I see them compete every day and every game. They compete super hard to get points in the standings, and it's just good to be back with them and be able to compete again.
I know they're happy to have you back as well. That first period felt like a lot of jump, especially from Montreal. I know they're excited to have Patrik Laine out on the ice with them. Is there a sense of kind of weathering the storm when the energy is so high for the other team in the first 20 minutes?
Yeah, we knew what to expect, how they would come out hard, and we needed to answer. You know, they had some good looks. Soroki was solid in the net, and I thought we had our chance also. Now we end up the period with a power play, so we'll be able to come back in a second and start us off good. All
right, JG, thanks so much for your time. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks.
We're taking a quick break here on the Honda Intermission Report. Don't go away. When we return, Thomas Hickey is joining us. He's breaking down the first period action from the Bell Center as we have a 0-0 game through 20 minutes of play. Period action. The Islanders return to UBS Arena for a Thursday night matchup on December 5th. That's this Thursday. Don't miss out as the Isles take on the Seattle Kraken. It is the first home game of the month. Secure your seats now at NewYorkIslanders.com/tickets. Shannon Hogan, Thomas Hickey up here in the booth at the Bell Center as the Islanders and the Habs have played one period. We don't have any goals but still a pretty decent period for the Islanders.
Yeah, not bad. I think for both teams, that's one that you go into the dressing room, we're pretty happy with that. Let's repeat, can we build on some things? Absolutely, but I think for both groups, good pace for the Islanders, pretty responsible period.
Mixing up some of the lines as J.G. Pageau's coming in, but curious what you saw out of Brock Nelson's line, because it felt like they really had some good chemistry in the first 20.
Yeah, well, size, what does it mean? It doesn't just mean that you can be physical. It means that size can really lead you to have an advantage with long arms and being closer to the puck, but this is just an example of being first with Max Ciplikov. But from here on out, it's the stick work from Palmieri, from Nelson, from Ciplikov. Sometimes it's the body of Nelson, sometimes it's the stick to keep it alive. But I'm talking about that 3 or 4 inches of that long reach that you have that can kill plays. Kyle Palmieri doesn't have that size, but he's got the strength. But these are the little plays I'm talking about. And that's when you understand as a defenseman, you got a tired group out there. Maybe it's going to be a lame duck up the wall. That's your chance to pounce on it. I think for this group, this is the type of hockey you want to see. It frustrates other teams, it hems in their own end, and eventually it leads to chances. Not often do you get 3 or 4 looks at a puck that maybe should have been out, but you find a way to keep it alive. Great work from that line. I mentioned I like what Ciplikov is doing tonight. That line has some jump.
I also want to talk a little bit about Bo Horvat, because you mentioned him in our pregame show and talking about, yes, he hasn't scored a goal in what feels like a long time for him, but he's making the effort to get towards the net. I mean, he had a couple of good opportunities and really doing some of the little things to make himself in the right position to give himself an opportunity.
Yeah, I think there's some players, especially younger ones, that when things aren't going their way, they might cheat defensively or try to do something else to free themselves up to get out of a scoring slump or a tough stretch. This is what Patrick Roy calls second quick. You get the pin, where's your second man? That's Bo Horvat coming in. You see not just his stick, but his skate, and then he gets on his horse and he gets going north. That's what you want to see from him. I think his instincts are so good that he follows them. Eventually, the good things will come. Once again, the instinct. That's not cheating. That's just reading a play. Yeah, you got an opportunity to make a little one-on-one play without much speed. I don't mind it at all, but it's the battle after that Bo Horvat often wins. I like what I see from his game. I have the entire time, but it's going to come with more and more plays like that, but still having a really big effect on the game.
You wanted to touch on the fact that the Islanders are much more successful in the outcome of game when they score a power play goal. A great opportunity for them to kick off this second period. That could be a real momentum boost for this team and also help towards getting those 2 points tonight.
Absolutely. You get this opportunity with about 1 minute and 55 seconds, a clean sheet of ice, and you've got time. You got 20 minutes in between right now to talk about the things that you want to do. You just can't overthink that time and try to get too cute. Exactly what they did. I think it was 17 seconds off of the face-off when they scored last game against Buffalo, so they know their plan's coordinated. Maybe you just come up with something on center ice. What's your best way to enter? Other than that, try to get one, and we know the record when they do score on the power play, so we'll see.
Good stuff with Thomas Hickey. He'll be calling the second period action alongside Brennan Burke and Butch Goring. We talked about the game coming up on Thursday, but also Saturday, the Islanders are at home, and on MSGSN, they're taking on the Carolina Hurricanes. Live coverage at 4:30 with Islanders game night, followed by puck drop at 5 o'clock. That is Saturday on MSGSN, or you can stream it on MSG Plus, now in the Gotham Sports app. Oh, a little ABBA to head to break here in Montreal. We'll have more on the other side of the break. Love the kids dancing on the Jumbotron. It's 0-0 so far. Northwell Health Ice Center is the coolest place on Long Island, offering year-round fun for everyone, including public skate sessions, learn to skate programs, youth hockey leagues, clinics, and camps. Visit NorthwellHealthIceCenter.com for details. Northwell Health Ice Center, the coolest place on Long Island. Now it's time to check the line, presented by FanDuel. Make every moment more. Pre-game odds on first period goals at 1.5. I hope you bet the under. How about the pre-game odds for total goals in this game? That's at 5.5. Stepping out for a break, second period action live from the Bell Center as the Islanders take on the Canadiens. That's coming your way next here on MSG Networks.
Catholic Health here for every moment of every life. Long live Long Island. Scoreless first, getting ready for the second tonight at Bell Center. Tuned in to see tonight's Cadillac Trivia reveal. Coming up, here's the question. The Islanders' club record for consecutive multi-goal games is 3. Right now, Simon Holmstrom has done it 2 in a row. Mike Bossy and 6 other players have done it. We want to know who is the most recent Islander to do it. Post your answer. Use the hashtag Cadillac Trivia. Holmstrom back-to-back 2-goal games here this week. There is Sorokin, who has put up 4 straight scoreless periods, and he ended November with a shutout. And you see his numbers. You're probably looking for somewhere right in the middle of October and November for December. Make that a positive month.
I would agree, and I think the Islanders would be happy at 9:15. Somewhere in that area would be certainly reasonable expectations. And we've talked about it. The 9:08 in November, for me, wasn't a real number for him. He was much better than that. There was times when his troops, in my opinion, didn't give him a lot of support.
Huge opportunity for the Islanders to potentially take control of this hockey game. A power play to start the second period for 1 minute and 55 seconds after Oliver Wahlstrom drew a penalty against Jaden Struble in the dying seconds of that first. And so with a clean sheet of ice, the power play begins for the Islanders.
And this is a chance to obviously to take a lead and to build up even more confidence with their power play. It has looked a little bit better. It needs to be more efficient, obviously.
Horvat bumps it down the boards for Brock Nelson. Horvat to Thompson, and he'll give it back to Nelson. Nelson taking his time, taking a look, just overshot Horvat ever so slightly. That allows Josh Anderson to skate to center.
Which I think this, having all of your top guys, and I know there's some good players that are on the ice right now, but your top 5, your #1 unit rather than a couple, personally, my preference.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree with it. Put all your eggs in one basket for the power play. That's a big rebound, huh?
Yeah. Wrapped up in the skates of Horvat. Now Palmieri all the way across, and Nelson couldn't get it on net. Horvat had to fire that pass, and because of it, Nelson unable to get the one-timer away. Islanders' power play was 1 for 3 against Buffalo on Saturday. That Palmieri to lead first goal of the game for the Islanders. That was a day after what Patrick Law called an awful power play performance in Washington. This one popped to the slot. Pajot taps it back. Ryan Pulock, wrist shot knocked down by Siplikov, trying to redirect it.
Yeah, I think it hit his right skate.
Play by Pajot, walks in and rings it off the outside of the post. All sorts of time for J.G. Pajot. Power play down to the final 20. Holmstrom popped out for Siplikov. Down is Gooley, waving away at it. The forced pass was slowed up and then cleared.
Well, they got Ryan Pulock on the one-timer. I mean, you use him, right? I mean, this quick pass out to the top, across, and let the one-timer go. They had the Canadian defense backed up.
Islanders can't capitalize on the power play. They're about 10 yards offside.
Did you throw the flag, Brendan? Brendan threw the flag out there.
Nope. Well, the Islanders couldn't get it done on the man advantage.
Yeah, JG has an opportunity. He's got his head up, looking, thinking, well, maybe I should pass it. No, Siplikov was somewhat open, but yet the pass is through some sticks, and that's what he's talking about right now. Is to Sippy is to say, I could have got to you, was dangerous, but I felt like I wanted to score.
Face-off win for Montreal. 2 minutes into the period, it's Cole Caulfield. Tied for third in the NHL with 16 goals on the season is Cole Caulfield.
Got such quick hands.
Mayfield had it knocked away. Comes to Romanov, and he'll move it to the wall for Hudson Fasching. Fasching in over the line. Matt Martin will come to it with Matheson. And Mike Matheson turned up ice. Fed it to Suzuki across for Hudson. Handled here by Lane Hudson. Didn't see what he liked, so he'll back off and try another route. Passed on for Matheson. Islanders will take the opportunity near the bench to make a change. Lost at center by Newhook. Siplikov off the wall to himself, and he'll get it deep. Montembeault had to get rid of it in a hurry. Matheson under duress, courtesy of Brock Nelson. Hudson nearly stripped to the puck by Nelson. Second effort got it through for Caulfield. Hudson again, but stuck in the corner, and Matheson will take it now. Well, down in the high slot, Nelson. Palmieri stays on his feet with a bump from Matheson, and Kirby Dach grabs the puck.
It's sure been a test for the other team to get out of their own zone when this line's been on the ice.
Yeah, they part of the reason is the hustle from Nelson. I mean, he's become a real puck hound, which is really a good thing.
Just onside, Palmieri to the corner for Nelson. Struble on him, passed it at the top, and close to being too many men on the ice. Islanders get away with that one.
It's hard to tell who. There was two guys changing at the same time, so it was like which one belonged to the which one.
And Butch, you like this? You got the gates right at the blue line. It sort of comes into effect. Maybe it would have been too many if that weren't the case, right?
Yeah, absolutely. They've got it right. So many teams have the secondary gate inside the blue line.
Turnover led to a Holmstrom chance, and the Islanders' hot hand of Holmstrom denied by Sam Montembeault.
Much of the same, Butch. We talked about Leo Sorokin being at the top of his paint. Montembeault doesn't get quite as far out, but off the turnover, a great chance.
Yeah, and he's moving forward. Watch his position. He's looking, he sees it. There he is, and he just moves out, gets that left hand out in a hurry. Old-time hockey kind of picked his skate. Like they don't do that anymore.
That was old school.
Yeah, you lay the pad down flat and let it flap up. And he did a little, I don't know, he must have a little old DNA in him there to, I call it sort of spike the ice.
Billy Ranford style a little bit?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's right. I coached Billy Ranford, by the way.
Did
just,
you?
You know, yeah.
You taught him that?
No. I practiced on him all the time, though. That's probably why he got good.
There you go.
I got to shoot against Billy Ranford. He threw the pads on when I was a prospect in LA. It was fun. He was just kicking shots out. He didn't go down. Quick feet.
This one gets bottled up in the corner. Coming away with it is Evans. And he'll make it a race. Brian Pulock, the second try, able to knock it away.
That was a panic one there. It was like, my position's not very good.
Armia rims it around towards Savard. Savard to the dot for Evans. Jake Evans threw it to the net. It was off the body of Heineman, close to the Islander crease. Here's Armia for Heineman. Walker saves Sorokin, right back to Heineman. Play to the blue line. Jack Guy winds and waits, gives for Savard. Savard drags it away from Anders Lee. Now for Jack Guy. Jack Guy circles the net. Arbor Jack Guy, a little stutter step move, and has to chase after the puck that kind of rolled on him. Jack Guy cranks one up, kicked out by Sorokin. Big rebound up the ice for Horvat and Lee. End of the shift for everybody on the ice. Horvat to Lee. Islanders start the change. Play to the goal line. Horvat's feed towards Wahlstrom was cut off by Armia. And now Josh Anderson moves away from McLean and a one-handed in. Mayfield locks up with Anderson. Always plays that physical brand of hockey. Brought it to Mayfield. There's Pajot. Muscles it past Struble. Gallagher stepped away from a hit from Mayfield. Hutton hard around. McLean was able to tie up Hudson. Wahlstrom catching up to the loose puck. Oliver Wahlstrom snapped the contested shot wide. Gallagher tape to Newhook barreling in, and George able to fight him off. Newhook got to that loose puck. George stayed with them. Second try got it through for Wahlstrom. He'll get it from the center ice and get it in. Take a bump from Gallagher into the Islander bench.
It was a great read by Gallagher to be able to get that pass up the middle to Newhook.
Sorokin for Thompson and around for Fasching. Fasching towards Matt Martin. And this one directed in by Cizikas. On to both the boards for Matheson. Cizikas forces him deeper. Fasching comes over, threw a body on him. Puck popped free. Fasching works past Caulfield. Stick came up and a penalty taken. Hudson Fasching's going to go for high sticking. But Montreal handles the puck and gets the extra attacker on.
And it was, you know, that's going to be a tough call because that's two of them battling. I'm not sure if Fasching lost his balance or what have you, but there was two guys going at it, and obviously the stick must have come up. But I was watching the play. Check on the replay.
Palmieri gets the touch. Fasching gets the game. He'll get the memo eventually. It's a high sticky call against Hudson Fasching on this play on Caulfield behind the net. Isles fans are everywhere, even here in Montreal, enjoying the Islanders and Habs in a scoreless tie. MSG Plus now on the Gotham Sports app. Download the Gotham Sports app today. Second time tonight, Islanders will be shorthanded. This time a high sticking call against Hudson Fasching.
Well, we'll take another look at it, and it's the right call. Again, for me, it looked like Fasching had really good position, and Caulfield comes all the way across, but once kind of drives that stick up. So that's a strength play for me, right? Because he had the stick in the right place. Caulfield had his stick over top, but the stick did come up and nick him a little bit.
Yep, gonna call it.
Power play for Montreal. Line A shot with a screen provided by Slavkovsky, and Sorokin acted like there was nobody in front of him.
One of these guys but you talked about the one-timer he has, but when he's on that strong side, he can pick that corner. He can score from way out far. You got to be really diligent, really big job on Ilya Sorokin to find that lane as much as he can.
Caulfield to Hudson. Line A back to Hudson. Now Suzuki. Line A steps and shoots and scores. Patrick Line A in his first game of the season. A power play goal to put Montreal up one.
Terrific shot by Laine on that offside of his. And I thought Sorokin kind of didn't get over there as quick as he may have wanted to, because he wasn't square to the shooter, Thomas. He was sort of a little bit sideways. Watch where he is as this puck goes down, comes back up again, and so he's tracking the puck as the Canadians move it around. But this is maybe that was just a really good shot.
I think it was a tremendous shot, and you'd think there's going to be a one-timer right here, but it's not. I mean, maybe the angle could have been better on him, Butch. Yeah, on a second look here. Maybe expect one-timer right away, and then once it's not there, just didn't push out. But I'm not just saying it because he scored a goal. He had one turnover off the Holmstrom chance. Patrick Laine's been, he's looked like old Patrick Laine, so good news for him, but bad news for the league.
Yeah, he's pretty happy with the ovation. I mean, it's a standing ovation from the fans in Montreal. It's his first game back, and they're telling him they want him here, they love him here. And I just thought Sorokin could have got outside, could have got a little more aggressive. Maybe he doesn't know Laine as well as he might, because he hasn't seen a lot of him, right?
And I think part of this standing ovation as well, yes, they're happy to have Patrick Laine, but maybe an acknowledgement too of a guy that's been through a lot. This is a guy that took himself out of the game, stepped away. Things weren't going right personally, not just on the ice, off the ice as well. He had to buy that time for himself, so no doubt that one, and of all he's scored in the NHL, might feel the most precious to him.
Well, the Islanders find themselves now, Brendan, down a goal, so, they need to get back on their toes and take it to the Canadians.
It's Patrick Laine's first NHL game since December 14th of last year, 2023.
363 days.
He broke his clavicle, right, and missed 51 games.
It's a year to the day.
Yeah, it's almost a year to the day as we get an interference call going against Montreal this time. And so Josh Anderson will take a penalty, and the Islanders will get an opportunity to respond with their power play. But for Laine, you mentioned it,
Montreal,
Thomas,
17.
he breaks his clavicle, and then in the comeback trail, try to prioritize his mental health, enter the NHL assistance program, and has now come out on the other side only to wind up getting hurt in the preseason and missing a couple of months. And there you take a look at Pajot fighting through Josh Anderson's work and drawing a penalty.
And they do this a lot on faceoffs in Montreal. The inside forward tries to block off the defender from getting out. They did it earlier in the game. They got away with it. They didn't this time.
The Islanders power play brought to you by Genesis. They give Palmieri a lane, and Montembeault was all over it. Dobson for Palmieri. Dobson snaps it. Blocker save Montembeault right to Palmieri as Montembeault cartwheels back into his net to get into position. Palmieri hangs onto it, gives for Dobson. Everything working through Palmieri. Snaps a shot over top of the net, and it rattles around and out of the zone. Now it's in, it's offside, and it's got to be an intentional offside, and the face-off will be all the way down the ice.
He let it go for a while, and Dauber said, well, maybe I can get away with him now.
I think, too, the other side of that for Dauber, you go, if I don't touch this, here comes the Montreal Canadian, he's off to the race. It just forces you to have to touch it. These are the big moments. We talked about special teams a lot coming into the game. I touched it on a pregame. When you score a power play goal, when you win that special teams battle, well, you've given up one and you get gifted. Not gifted, you get awarded an opportunity to get right back at it. So still plenty of time here left on this power play.
Yeah, I'd like to have seen a little bit, some different looks there, Thomas. They tried the same thing 3-4 times with Palmieri, and Montreal adjusted pretty well for it. So I think once in a while you got to get a little different look how you try and set up.
Timing of it is good for the Islanders. The power play just 22 seconds after the Laine power play goal for Montreal that puts them up 1-0. But they're now halfway through it, nothing to show for it. Horvat put it into the skates of Dvorak. Good keep there by Dobson. Dobson walks the line. Far side, Nelson, Horvat. Dobson shoots it. Glove save Montembeault as Jack-Eye and Anders Lee battling in front of the net.
Now there was a different setup there, right?
Yeah, it's a different look.
Yeah, and a different look. You got a one-timer from Dobson. Needed to get a little lower so that Anders Lee might be able to get his stick on, or there was a rebound of some sort. But again, a different look, and you get a different result, a better result.
Yeah, there you have it. Noah Dobson, you see the shift right here, but he's going to open himself up. And here's the other thing too, Butch. I talked about preferring to have one unit that you're really into. Well, we're almost a minute 20 in. and who's staying out this group, because I think it gives you the best chance to score.
Thompson and Nelson. They'll wait with it. Nelson down low for Horvat. Islanders have 9 power play goals on the season. Thompson down, Palmieri to the front for Lee. Horvat juggled it. Nelson settles it. Horvat had his back to the net, couldn't do anything with it. Islanders have just 3 of those 9 power play goals on the road. They're 3 for 35 away from UBS. And Matheson will skate. We're down to the final 7 seconds on the power play. Savard carries in. Shorthanded shot on net, stopped by Sorokin, and he chopped the rebound over the top. And out of the box comes Josh Anderson. And the Islanders can't equalize it on the power play.
And Matheson is as good a skating defenseman as there in the league. I mean, he loves to jump up on the play. And talking to him this morning, Brendan, you and I were standing there, and you know, he was talking about that's his game. It's always been part of his game. He enjoys it. Loves living in Montreal. Why? Because his family is from Montreal, so gets a chance to see them. I asked him too. I mean, does it bother you sometimes when the people get a little critical? He says, "No, Butch, it's just part of the game."
Yeah, a lot of criticism here, but I mean, he's lived up to it with his production last year, defensive play.
Slavkovsky steps and shoots, and Romanov tips it up and out of play. Matheson had 51 assists last year, tied for 9th among NHL defensemen. Patrick Laine making the most of his Habs debut, a power play goal as Montreal up 1. Duel. Islanders home for 4 of the next 5. They're going to see the Carolina Hurricanes for the first time on Saturday. You know, they only play 4 games against the Metropolitan Division in the month of December. They play Carolina twice and they play Pittsburgh twice. Other than that, they're going to see some different teams in December. You can bet on all the Islander games at FanDuel. Check out the FanDuel app for the most up-to-date hockey betting lines. Islanders went 6-5-4 in the month of November. They won 3 of 4 to start and then just 3 of 11 to finish. Have a chance here to kick off December with a win. They trail 1-0 to Montreal. The power play goal from Patrick Laine.
That was a little weak on the passing play by the goaltender Montalban. Pajot almost picked it off.
Doc couldn't handle that pass. Wallstrom couldn't as well from Mayfield. And Scott Mayfield gloved down by Juraj Slavkovsky. #1 overall pick in 2022. Slavkovsky just 2 goals on the season, 14 points overall. So this one deflects into the Islander bench.
You know, you look at Slavkovsky and Brendan, and you think, okay, we need a little bit more from him. But if you go back to Lafreniere in New York, it took him about 4 years, and now he's arguably their best forward. I mean, he plays with all kinds of grit and a lot of offense.
It's a tough league for a teenager, and Slavkovsky, he had a similar start last season as well. And by the time April rolled around, he was handed a big new extension. He's definitely a part of the piece of the future, but a couple of years of slow starts. His game's got to turn around pretty soon, though. You mentioned it's a tough place to play, Butch. If you get those expectations, got to live up.
Dribble shot goes wide. 20 goals last year as a 19-year-old for Slavkovsky, 50 points. And so the problem is he's got to live up to himself now. As Dobson makes the pass for Siplikov. On the right side, Palmieri. Siplikov after it, ties up with Guhle. Nelson to Siplikov. Bracing for impact from Guhle. He's able to protect that puck. Cycle down for Nelson. Dobson rotates in. They get it to him right in front. Palmieri. He's left-handed. That's much better play.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%, Brendan.
There's Dobson. Drags and shoots, and it was blocked by Struble. Dobson hunting after that loose puck. Got there, and then it's worked back to him. Dobson shovels a pass over for Isaiah George. George snapped one off the skate of Newhook. Pressure continuing here for the Islanders. Palmieri couldn't get it on goal. Tied up by Caden Guhle.
Yeah, really good play by Guhle in front of the net that take Palmieri's stick.
Dobson put a good hit on Newhook. Now it's Caulfield on a breakaway and a save from Sorokin.
And he made it look easy, didn't he? He just stayed right there and he tried to go low blocker side, and Sorokin just punched it out.
Bookmark that one, and that was too good of an opportunity. Caulfield good at sneaking behind, but a couple Canadians got behind him there.
Yeah, that was a 2-on-0. It wasn't like one guy got past the defense.
Jack-Eye across the ice for Savard. Polak got tripped up in front with Dvorak. And Dobson had not only pinched in, but changed sides of the ice as Jack-Eye shot produced a rebound down in a split. Sorokin had it and lost it. Popped out Anderson, couldn't get it on net. Now Lee from his knees back to his feet, but his pass was behind Holmstrom. And the Islanders have to regroup. They'll dump it in. Savard will wait with it behind Montembeault. 7 minutes to go in the period.
Yeah, Islanders a little loose in their own zone. Got to make sure that they get the next goal. Don't want to open it up now. They've had a pretty good game up to this point in time.
Second meeting of the season between these two teams. Second of 3. Islanders beat Montreal back on October 19th, 4-3 in a 9-round shootout. As Cizikas working on Struble. Basham try to pull it out. Grant Hutton behind the net for Fasching. Fasching with Jack-Eye on him. Had it. Taken away by Armia. Now Evans. Toe drag around Mayfield. Evans working on Grant Hutton now and finally knocked off his stick. Matt Martin jams it on for Hutton. Tape to Hudson Fasching. Who slips it out of the zone. Islanders could use a change and they will try and get all 5 here.
Nice play by Hutton in the corner there. A good pass up the middle of the slot area for the Isles to get out of their own zone.
Slavkovsky to Doc. Kirby Doc for Laine. Patrick Laine shoved by McLean. Slavkovsky quickly to it, but his pass slips between the D. Guhle will go get it. Coming to Patrick Laine. Lifted it off the glass. Laine backs his way into George. Dobson got the puck and took a hit from Slavkovsky. Islanders working ahead 2-on-1 if Pajot can get up the ice. Wahlstrom waits. Pajot had to stop in the slot and he couldn't handle the pass, and now Laine up with it the other way. Laine's pass redirected by George and swept away to the corner, and then George got blasted by Slavkovsky. Borderline interference there as the puck comes to Romanov. Taken by McLean. Snapped over to Wahlstrom. Tried to go to the net. It was knocked down by Matheson. Pajot pushed it through the crease. Boy, Siplikov hard to knock off his skates. Polak let it fly at 97 miles per hour, but swallowed up by Sam Montembeault. Almost through 2 periods. Still just 1 goal on the board for Montreal. Still be only down by 1 because Noah Dobson getting into a wrestling match with Alex Newhook created quite the diversion for Cole Caulfield to sneak behind everybody behind the Islander defense, and one of the league's leading goal scorers gets all alone on it. Really a 2-on-0.
I guess George thought he was about 6'8". Because big save by Sorokin, maybe a game changer right there, and then a wild scramble in front of the net, and Sorokin's trying to find it. Spread out, that's the only thing he can do, but every Islander was back to help out the goaltender.
Yeah, collapse in those situations. Anders Lee came in and almost had a chance going the other way after that, too.
What are you looking to do in that situation, Thomas? Are you looking to eliminate
Sticks,
one guy or
sticks
find...
right away. Stick, first guy I see, his stick's getting lifted up.
Romanov from a tough angle, put it into the glove of Montembeault.
Because it's hard to kind of isolate anybody, right? There's a whole gathering of people there.
Yeah, for me, it's get low right away. So like maybe you're going to take something away with your rear end, and then you're just looking for the first stick to possibly pick up as quick as you can.
Is there a lot of conversation going on with your teammates, or
Nope.
it's just your own reactions?
No,
Huh?
there's no time really.
Yep.
Newhook trying to keep it away from Siplikov. Pollock stopped it at the line initially, and now Romanov's got to come get it. Romanov, the former Canadian, took a hit from Newhook. And now Pollock taken off his stick by the captain Suzuki, and a nice job by Nelson, draws a penalty. He poked that one right through the legs of Jack Guy, and he was off to the races if it wasn't for Jack Guy's interference, and so the Islanders will get yet another power play.
How many times do we see Brock Nelson do something similar to that with his quickness of stick and his adeptness with being able to somehow wangle the puck away, and the defenseman thinks he's safe, and then all of a sudden Brock, away he goes, and he takes either a breakaway or he gets a penalty called on him.
Yeah, you can see Jack Guy there. He's going, well, are we going to put him to the power play, or are they going to give Brock Nelson a breakaway? Maybe an easy decision so far.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, I want to eat my words.
Yeah.
This Islanders power play brought to you by Genesis. Paul Murray.
This is a different look here. Thomas, I'm talking about a different look.
Lee, Horvat, handcuff, comes to Dobson. Paul Murray didn't get a lot on the one-timer. Blocked by Savard, taken by Evans, and he'll lift it down the ice. Third power play of the game for the Islanders. 0 for 2 with 4 shots on goal. Only goal of the game is a power play goal for Patrick Laine in Montreal. Him in here to Anders Lee. Paul Murray to the front, and Nelson denied by Montembeault. His best save of the hockey game.
A broken play, if you will, and Brock gets an opportunity. He doesn't have any real time to really analyze where he should put it because he's in so tight. He's on his forehand. It's an awkward situation, and Montembeault gets a good reactionary save as the Islanders get up the ice, Thomas.
It's a roller, too. Watch this thing moving around for Brock Nelson coming in at that angle. Absolutely, he wants to go upstairs, but not a whole lot of time, and that's the definition of a broken play.
Yeah, and you know, he probably wanted to go up high on the short side, but no luck there.
Still just 45 seconds gone by here on the power play. Paul Murray from the dot takes his time, takes it right through the crease. Amazing it didn't just deflect it off Anders Lee.
Same look from Buffalo, right?
Yep.
Same goal that Anders Lee scored.
They give Lee the time in the corner.
Yeah, they go ahead, stay there all day if you like.
Nelson to Lee. Now Nelson again, got it through for Paul Murray, trying to sneak it short side, and Montembeault got there. Dobson can't hold it in. It's interesting, there's different approaches on the penalty kill, and so many teams are that in-your-face aggressive penalty kill. Montreal stays in their space and lets you hang on to the puck for a while.
That game at UBS, you guys remember that? They just sat in one spot, and it really gave the Islanders all the time, but nothing came from it.
Here's Hutton, right down the middle with a shot save, rebound, oh, he got it! Pajot was trying to tap it in, and Montembeault on his back made the save. Holmstrom kicked out by Montembeault. Holmstrom again from the wall. Ryan Pollock drags for Holmstrom. In front for Pajot, and a good stick by Strugel. 8 seconds left on the power play as the crowd here at Bell Center chanting for Monty.
Yeah, that second save was certainly spectacular. I don't know if that was offside or not.
Penalty's over. Pollock to the net. Knocked down by Matheson. He keeps it away from Holmstrom. Struble plays it behind his back and finds an opening. Josh Anderson has time. He'll rush it to center. He'll rim it around. Inside 2 minutes to play here in the period. Islanders yet another power play opportunity at an opportune time in the hockey game. Can't convert, still trail 1-0.
Pretty good opportunities, though, and did a lot of good things on it. Obviously, the bottom line is you have to score, but
Zizekas can't get there ahead of Kirby Dach, but Matt Martin forced him back into his own zone. Lane Hudson slips away from Fasching. Put one off the skate of Zizekas on the bench. That's not a penalty, but if it hits a player who is on the bench, it is technically out of play.
I guess a face-off at the...
Yeah, it should just be blown down, and the linesman will come and talk to Steve Kazzari about exactly that. Let's go back and call this our Volvo save of the game, and Sam Montembeault.
No penalty on the play, just a face-off reset.
There you go.
Good call, Brendan. You had the rule down. Yeah.
I know what I saw, but look at that.
Yeah, I mean, he just stayed right with it, and in desperation, what do you do as a goaltender? You flail a little bit, don't you? That's what you have to do. And Montembeault wants this thing, and this. Well, Pajot didn't get it up, huh? He just great layout by the goaltender Montembeault, but look at the layout right there.
He was sort of fading away from it as he got a stick on it. Was JG Pajot.
JG would want this back. He's my player of the game, too, to watch. And then when I was watching him there, I needed to finish.
We got
Thomas.
time. We got time.
Still a one-goal game coming up in the final minute of the period. As Thompson rips a shot right into Kirby Dach. Dach goes off the glass. Thompson keeps it in front is Anders Lee, and Montembeault. Oh, he scores! Anders Lee stays with it. Third effort gets it done, gets the game tied here late in the second.
Yeah, they're checking, the bench is checking to see if it was offside. I don't think so. I think he kept it in, and because he swatted it while it was still moving, and Anders Lee picked up his rebound, and that was an errant pass by the Montreal Canadiens. I think that was Slafkovsky on the left wing. Let's take another look here and see what we see.
It's got to come completely out. Oh, boy.
No, look where the stick hits it.
It's rolling, which makes it really tough. That's going to be a tough challenge for Martin St. Louis. I don't think he's going to.
No, he had a good look, and so a huge goal for the Islanders. They couldn't score on the power play, and were able to keep the puck in. And there's the little deflection here and there, and Anders just stays with it. He's so good around the net, right? He just never gives up on it, and able to slap it into the net on the rebound past the goaltender, who has really been good. Both these goaltenders have put on quite the show.
The NHL is holding up the faceoff. They've now given them the go-ahead signal. I'm not sure what the NHL was looking at, because they're not looking at the offside until it's challenged. They would have to be looking at, I guess, when the puck crossed the line. Not quite sure why they're holding up the faceoff there, but either way, it's a good goal. And the Islanders get it tied late in the period. We're into the final minute of the frame.
So they got
leading 11th of the season for Anders Lee.
Nelson, Palmieri, and McLean on the ice for this last shift.
To make sure they can get to the intermission without any other issues. That guy just tossed it to the goal, and Sorokin put it to the corner. McLean, though, gave it away to Suzuki, but followed it up. Romanov, twisting around in front of the net, is able to clear it by getting it to Brock Nelson. He'll go redlining in. Palmieri will put the pressure on Xhekaj. Wahlstrom and Dobson get the assists on the Anders Lee goal. Here's Palmieri to the slot with 12 to the net, kicked out by Montembeault.
Good job there by Caulfield to check there.
Icing with just 3.8 remaining.
And Brendan, you mentioned the Oliver Wahlstrom assist, just a deft little touch to get it to Anders Lee, who was right behind him. I think it's a big point for Wally. I know it's just an assist, but to be on a third line, you get bumped up just a little bit.
He's plus. I mean, that you're trying to establish ice time, confidence from the coach, and you go out and you contribute. You come off the ice and you're +1. You got an A. I mean, you're going to feel good about yourself. Hasn't been an easy road.
3.8 seconds. Pajot couldn't win the face-off, and that'll do it for the period. Eventually.
Seemed like a long few seconds, didn't it?
3.8 to get there. But either way, an important goal for Anders Lee to get this score even before the end of the frame.
Well, it's a pretty close checking game out there for both teams, and I would give Montreal a little edge during that period. But the Islanders are doing a pretty good job in their own zone, Brendan. They're doing a good job in the neutral zone, and even though they couldn't score in the power play, which certainly would have given them a boost, they come back and they find a way to score a goal. Now after 2 periods, just 1-1. So they're in a good position. You know, we used to say win a period, win a game. They're right there.
Coming up, it's the second intermission report brought to you by your local Ford stores. Visit buyfordnow.com today. Ryan Pulock will be the guest of Shannon Hogan when we come back to Bell Center. Plus, Thomas Hickey breaks down his thoughts from period 2. Each team with a goal. Patrick Laine on the power play. Anders Lee at even strength. 1-1 headed to the third. Breaks down.
Back here in Montreal, this is the Ford Intermission Report, and after 2 periods of play, we have a tie game 1-1 between the Isles and the Habs. Ryan Pulock joining us now from outside the Islanders dressing room. Ryan, nice to see you guys tie that up in the second period. How much of a difference does that make mentally going into the third, knowing you're right here in the game?
Yeah, for sure. That's a big goal late in the period there to get that tied. You know, I think obviously getting it tied is important. You don't want to, have to try to chase the game in the third period. So now we can keep playing.
First time the Montreal Canadiens fans are seeing Patrik Laine in a regular season game playing for them. A big goal for him. He's been through so much over the last year. Curious as a defenseman, what it's like trying to defend against a player like that, especially when he's got such a good shot.
Yeah, for sure. He's been a dominant player at times in this league. He's big. He's got poise with the puck, and like you said, he can shoot it. So we got to try to take his shots away.
Your parents travel all over North America to watch you play. I always love getting an opportunity to see them. They said this is actually the last Canadian rink that they hadn't been to. I'm wondering why you let them go so long without coming to the Bell Center. I know it's a little bit of a hike for them, but isn't this one of the best places to play in the NHL?
Yeah, for sure. You know, it's definitely special when they're able to come watch a game, get to hang out with them, see them, which doesn't happen all that often. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess save the best for last, but it's definitely a really cool place to play. So I'm happy they get to experience it.
All right, Ryan. Thanks so much for your time. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
We're taking a quick break here on the Forward Intermission Report. Don't go away. Thomas Hickey is joining us on the other side as we continue to break down this game between the Islanders and the Canadiens. It's 1-1 after 2 periods of play. Forward Intermission Report rolls on from Montreal, where the Islanders and the Habs are knotted up at a goal apiece. The season for giving has arrived, and so has the Islanders home for the holidays sweepstakes. The Isles are giving you a chance to win a 3-game flex plan and Isles Lab gift bag. Try your luck and enter now at NewYorkIslanders.com/win. Thomas Hickey, Islanders started off the period with an opportunity on the power play, not able to secure a goal there, but they did get one to tie it up, and that makes a big difference as they go into the third period.
It really does. That's the boost, that's the momentum you need on a night where things really aren't coming easy, and Samuel Montembeault has been very good at net for Montreal. It seems like all those chances they get, even Anders Lee's goal, you're almost fading away from the puck. It's rolling, something like that, and the big save happens. That's a big moment now, and you put yourself in a really good position after 2 periods in a game that could go either way right now. Some big saves, especially that one by Ilya Sorokin.
Yeah, Sorokin has been fantastic as always, and as you mentioned, sometimes there's that, momentum boost in the game. Hopefully that goal from Anders Lee, while probably not his highlight-worthy prettiest, it's still a goal, and it counts the same. We're going to do a new segment. Are you ready?
Yes.
It is called Should I Stay or Should I Go?
The question is, are you ready? Because you're the contestant.
Okay, yes.
Okay, let's get into it.
Let's see the video.
So, and when I'm talking about should I stay or should I go, I'm talking about a defenseman's decision on whether he should stay in the zone. We're going to look at Noah George at the top of your screen. So we'll let it roll a couple more frames, and we're going to pause it, and you've got to make up your mind. But as we stop maybe right here, you've got to weigh up all of the information, and you got to be looking around. Okay, that's Noah Dobson, your defense partner. He's in there. A decision needs to be made right now, but you've got to scan and look, because there's Cole Caulfield. Pause it right now. Shannon, should you stay or should you go? You should go. And you know what? You can guess wrong too, and maybe you glove that thing down and get a good opportunity. This is a young player learning the game. You make that mistake once, you remember it for a long time. That's okay. You can live with it because your goaltender made a great save. This is going to be a trick answer, but I'm gonna go to you with it anyways. Noah Dobson, a really good play that he makes here. He's got to weigh up all this information. So once this thing, we'll pause it right here. No, I'm sorry, guys. Keep on going. Dauber stays in twice. That's the decision where you got to stay. But eventually this thing's going to come up the wall, and he's got to scan. We'll go right here. So we'll pause right here. You're weighing up all this information. Yes, my partner's back. However, this is a nasty puck. It just went off the glass. It's going to be bouncing. It's going to be rolling. I got speed of Montreal coming towards me. If this thing hops my stick, you've got an odd man rush, and that's Patrick Laine. He's been good tonight. I'm probably going to back out. What do you do right here, Shannon?
Stay.
Stay or go? You do a bit of both. And as we watch this one more time, you do both. Noah Dobson backs up. He's fading back, and he's trying to time it perfectly so that when he's skating backwards, he's going to get one swipe at that puck, and he might keep it in. But if he guessed wrong, he's still skating backwards already. He already went, so he does a bit of both. Excellent time. Those are really tough plays, a really subtle play by Noah Dobson, but he was in a good defensive posture. He saved himself. At the same time, he was able to keep it in.
We got to go. We got to go to break.
Right. You win.
Oh, I did okay.
Yeah, you did good.
Kind of 50-50. We're taking a break here on the Ford Intermission Report. We'll have more on the other side. Second period scoring summary brought to you by Hyundai. A goal for the Islanders, a goal for Montreal. Patrick Laine making his return to the lineup, and he scores a power play goal for the Habs. Anders Lee towards the end of that period with his 11th goal of the season. Now it's time to check the line, presented by FanDuel. Make every moment more. Pre-game odds on total goals at 5.5. How about will there be overtime? Yes, plus 300. No, minus 420. MSG Networks and the New York Islanders organization want to send their condolences to the family, friends, and teammates of Connor Kaysen. Mary, Craig, Christian, and Cole, you were in our thoughts during this very difficult and sad time.
Live Long Island. Yeah, the base pumping inside Bell Center during the intermission, setting the stage for the third period, tied at 1. Well, let's answer tonight's Cadillac trivia question. Islanders club record for consecutive multi-goal games is 3. Simon Holmstrom would need a couple of goals here before the end of this one to join that club. Mike Bossy did it twice and 6 other players, but who was the most recent to do it?
I'll take a wild stab. Jason Blake.
Okay. Could it be sooner than that?
Oh,
wow.
Michael Grabner.
Michael Grabner.
Sorry, Grabs.
Yeah.
Go back to 2011 for that.
Couple of shorties.
No
Shorties, breakaways.
No pressure on Simon Holmstrom here to live up to that. Post your own questions. Use the hashtag Cadillac Trivia.
Well, get one and then get the empty netter. Pretty simple.
Well,
Patrick Roy has his Johnny Cash look.
It's all business back in Montreal.
Yes.
Of course, won 2 Stanley Cups here in Montreal. Won a couple of Conn Smythes in those couple of Stanley Cups here in Montreal. And his banner's been hanging here. Number 33 retired. Hockey Hall of Fame class of 2006. Won a couple of more Stanley Cups with Colorado after he left here. Always special for him to come back. Always special for the fans to see him again. But right now he's a New York Islander. And his Islanders are even with the Montreal Canadiens. The only trying to adjust to it. New hook in Romanov. Last and
Have to, and it was a real nice play by Mike.
The back of Simmons. Him. Anderson. Hand. Blocker kept it tight to his body.
With just manning their own, marking their own man, but you can see two guys going down low, and that gives Xhekaj an opportunity to rifle it.
Armia, and this one is just near the blue line, not across it yet. Now the Islanders force it out of the zone. Hudson Fasching down the right side, taken out of the play by Arber Xhekaj. Savard to Armia. Fasching pressuring. Zekas there. Puck came out of the pile. Play to the line. Pollock, Romanov, wrist shot, sailed through. Screen provided by Martin, but the shot got cleanly around the boards and out of the zone.
How does that not hit someone in front? I mean, there's 6 legs there. I mean, it's got to hit someone's leg.
Romanov off the stick of Horvat and in. Puck collected by Guhle. Tap to the front. Anders Lee steals it away. Anders Lee has a goal in 3 straight games, looking for another. It's knocked away.
Good shift here by the got such good position that he's able to lay those flippers down and make some really nice saves. Cizikas, a little wave at Laine. You got to do better than that. Laine pulls the puck as well as anybody from right to left.
Anders Lee. Laine instead. Now for Dach. Kirby Dach. 1 goal on the season. It's on October the 26th. As Martin St. Louis hoping that putting Patrick Laine with it can help unlock Kirby Dach's offensive capabilities as well. Horvat will shoot it down. Athen chops at it. Guhle for Dach. Touched on for Slavkovsky. Trying to find a way out of the zone.
Stick handling in a phone booth. That young kid was. Islanders just need to finish a check there, right? Thomas, don't come swing at him. Finish him off.
Here's Anders Lee carrying in. Lee will just play it into the corner.
Said, guys, we're changing.
Do want to apologize to everybody watching the game right now. We are experiencing some audio issues, and we are working to get those corrected as soon as possible, so hang with us. We'll get that fixed up for you as soon as we can. Puck out to the blue line, Hudson. Now for Heineman. Wrist shot, change directions, and Sorokin able to adjust on the fly. Pass ahead, taken by Siplikov. To Nelson, walks in, save, rebound was swept away by Hudson before the Islanders could cash in.
Another really aggressive move by Montalban. Great 3-on-2. Siplikov, best player on the Islanders' ice tonight, I think. He's getting more done. He's playing great defensively, making some really good plays. And that was Brock Nelson. It was labeled for the far corner, but with the aggressive save on the flipper by Montalban, that's a goal.
And that play doesn't happen, Butch, without the net drive from Kyle Palmieri. He's the guy that doesn't really touch the puck, but keep an eye on him as you tee this up for us, Butch. Watch Palmieri.
Driving through, great. Watch how aggressive. Look where he is. Right at the top of the crease, makes a really good save moving forward. But you're right. Someone has to drive the net, have to sacrifice. Now you're always looking for maybe a rebound. There was one there, but Kyle couldn't find it. But that line, again, continues to make good plays. And like I said, this is the best game. And we talked about Siplikov last game, how well he skated. He's carried right on. Really got his game going.
Miles with the draw. Wahlstrom trying to turn the corner. Jack Guy chased him all the way out to the blue line. Nice job by Wahlstrom to keep the puck in the zone, though. Pageau knocked the stick out of the hands of Jack Guy. Worked the puck around for George. Kyle McLean stepped away from Savard. George across for Dobson. Dobson snaps it wide of the net. McLean keeps it alive for the Islanders. Wahlstrom circling. Dobson. Nothing to the net, so we'll play it to the corner. Pageau up the boards. Dobson takes a hit, and he's able to stick the puck in deep. George releasing from the blue line to come get it. Suzuki to Jack Guy, and with 2 Islanders on him, a good reverse opens things up for Montreal. But Suzuki couldn't handle the pass. Deflected off the skate of the linesman. Eventually it comes to Isaiah George, and now Horvat to Holmstrom, and the Islanders back on the attack. Simon Holmstrom to a trailing Lee, and Josh Anderson able to rip it away from the Islander captain.
That's a slash.
Holmstrom's stick in 2 pieces. Josh Anderson with the pull around Mayfield, tried another on Hutton. That one didn't work.
Well, the referees missed that one. Anderson was in pretty tight with Holmstrom.
Montembeault out of his net. Round for Guhle. Stretch pass ahead. Gallagher offside at the line. 10:45 to go here in the third period. Still tied at 1. Still even strength after Holmstrom needed a new stick. was asked about his impact on returning to the lineup. Into somebody he played with here in Montreal, Patrick Roy did, said he reminds him a lot of Guy Carbonneau, somebody who won a couple of Stanley Cups with Patrick Roy, a Hockey Hall of Famer. He's a 3-time Cup winner overall, a 3-time Selke winner. That's the kind of guy that Patrick Roy thinks of when he watches J.G. Pageau play.
Carbonneau was very much a defensive player. And in the old tradition, not about offense at all. Killed penalties, blocked shots, loved to block shots, as a matter of fact. So he played along with Gainey and Chris Nyland, and they were a very effective third line when there was no such thing really as a fourth line back in the 70s and 80s.
Gainey was known for his defensive play as well, wasn't he?
Gainey won about 3 Selkies himself. No,
a lot of Selkies.
No. Bob Gainey, 6'3", and
turned over. Islanders block the shot. Pollock one-hands it out for Nelson. Hurried ahead for Palmieri, and he'll put it in. Niklikov gets to the puck, but it bounced from him. Gallagher just pitchforks this one out of the zone. Alex Romanov in front of the benches. Anderson lost it to Nelson, couldn't step around Struble. Nelson wiped down, has to clear the zone as Romanov carries in right down the middle. His shot broke the stick of Struble. Didn't have a lot of juice behind it. Palmieri kicking at it down to his knees. Struble still without a stick. Able to kick that one on for Dvorak. Romanov to the net. It hit off the shin pad of Palmieri.
Islanders have taken over in this period. I mean, they're spending a lot more time in the offensive zone. They're getting more opportunities than the Montreal Canadiens. Fans are recognizing that also. They're trying to get their team going.
Horvat steals the puck. Played up the boards. And Matheson. Hands on here for Kirby Dach, and he'll dump it around the back of Sorokin.
Matheson's been really good for him tonight, Brendan. He's been in position all night, been able to get up the ice, good outlet passes.
Horvat's pass was behind Lee. He was able to just throw his stick behind his back to stop it. As Horvat taken to the boards by Goulet. More than halfway through this third period. There have not been a whole lot of chances in this game, and the goaltenders have been very good on both ends of the ice. The reason why it's a 1-1 tie right now. Islanders have not allowed a goal at even strength. The one power play goal belongs to Patrick Laine. Mayfield locks up with Kirby Dach behind the net. And now Grant Hutton swings it around for Jack-Eye. Jack-Eye, cross corner. Dach up with it. Mayfield chasing after him. Dach cycles for Slafkovsky. Holmstrom on him defensively. Hutton pokes at it, went up in the air, glove down. Slafkovsky tumbles down. Hutton lost it to Evans. And the puck transitions across the blue line for Jack-Eye. Slafkovsky one-handed away by Mayfield. Evans slow pass out to the point. Savard hurries it down for Laine. Laine worked on by Holmstrom, who lost his stick. Tired players on the Islanders. Shot by Jack-Eye. Blocker saved by Sorokin. Nearly a 2-minute shift for Holmstrom and Anders Lee. More than a minute for everybody else.
Holmstrom was able to go get a stick and all that shuffle.
There's Savard with a shot. Mayfield stepped in front of it. Pressure continues. The 2-minute shift for Patrick Laine, too, on the offensive side of things. Evans spun on Cizikas. Evans dropped it. Heineman's shot off a stick and then the glass.
Might have been Hutton's who moved out towards him, which was a nice play. Instead of standing there watching.
Cizikas a chance to clear it. He'll at least get it out of the zone, but it's gloved down by Jack-Eye. Islanders sneaking a couple of fresh bodies on. Evans onside. Armia chasing after it. Matt Martin, who's one of the fresh players, is able to chip this one down the ice with enough touch so there will be no icing. And the Islanders survive that marathon shift.
Oh, nice wedge by Matty. And been working on his golf game all summer. You know that, Thomas. So that came into very handy in that play.
A good shift to just find a way not to give up the big play. You get tired, box it in just a little bit in front of your net rather than being aggressive. But this is a push from Montreal. If it lasts a couple of shifts, you got to look out. Need one down there.
Wayne Hudson picks it up under 7 minutes to play in regulation time. Newhook across, and a nice job by Romanov to knock that puck out of the air. Otherwise, it was Cole Caulfield in a dangerous spot. Matt Martin on the left side to the front for Pageau. It got through him and on goal, and it's covered up by Sam Montembeault. Clock has run down to the final 6:41 of the third. And Alex Romanov comes up with an important play in the middle of the ice. Final 6:41 of the third. Stay tuned. Highlights, analysis, player reaction on the Mercedes-Benz Islanders postgame show coming up next. Will it be a happy postgame show or a frustrated postgame show from Patrick Roy back in Montreal?
Will it be one for me and Shannon, too? That's what I want to know. I want a happy one.
It's just a lot easier broadcast, isn't it?
Here's Romanov off the face-off win. Snaps one to the net. Never quite made it there. Ryan Pulock moves over to keep it alive. Off the stick of Nelson. Into the corner. Siplikov. Glove down by Dvorak. He'll clear it out, but Pulock keeps it on the Habs half of the ice. Romanov on the dump in. Matheson collects it. Palmieri steals the puck away. Put it in front, but it got through Siplikov.
Two Islanders all alone in front.
Anderson beats out the icing, so Sorokin came out to play it. Pulock ahead. Siplikov can't get it in cleanly, and it threw the timing of Palmieri off, and he's offside.
Y'all know I'm the king of the buzz, but now I'm all about being blunt. I call it blunt marketing. This is an ad for Solo Stove. Very blunt. It's smokeless, and it comes in multiple sizes. And I'm here because you're more likely to buy this fire pit because I'm Snoop. Super blunt.
This is the 20th time in 26 games the Islanders have been tied or had a lead in the third period of a hockey game. That's the good part of the stat.
Let's leave it there.
But the reality is they're in every game every night.
Yeah, they play hard.
Here's Matheson trying to go to the goal. Knocked down on its way. Thompson using his legs to get out. A good pass for Anders Lee. Just skipped off his stick. Lee battling forward with Guhle. Help in the form of Horvat. Guhle stolen away by Lee with a little stick check from Horvat. Islanders get it to Dobson. Cross for George. Wrist shot. Never made it.
George did a good job of changing that angle to get that shot towards the net.
Pass on for Newhook. Montreal needs a change. Everybody headed off the ice except for Newhook. George will stop and wait. Islanders get some fresh forwards on the ice. It's Pajot, McLean, and Wahlstrom. Approaching the 5-minute mark here in the third period. George will get center ice and get it deep. Savard hammers it off the wall for Laine. And Laine will get the feet moving. Jack-eye around the glass. Kirby Dach overskated the puck. It was there for Savard. Threw it through the slot. Came out on the other side. Pajot with McLean. He'll keep it. Pajot weaves his way across the blue line. Passes in the skates of Jack-eye. And then thrown behind the net by Romanov. McLean's on it. Slavkovsky's on him. Wahlstrom with a flyby trying to pull the puck through. And Ryan Pulock somehow was able to hold that blue line. Jack Guy will hang out behind the net while the Islanders make a change. Montreal make one as well as we're down to 4:19.
Yeah, both these teams, when they have an opportunity to slow the game down, Thomas, they are slowing it down and not forcing anything up the middle.
These are the times you get 4 minutes left. You think through these minutes harder than you do any other.
Well, your concentration should be at its highest level.
This could be icing here, and the reality becomes, as it is throughout the game, any mistake could be the difference, but you really feel it this time of the hockey game.
Yeah, it could be the last one that you make, right? You get into that situation, which sometimes it's last mistake loses, and you don't want to play like that in your mind. You just want to say, we'll make the simple play, and we always talk about it. Whatever it is, make your play, but make it firm.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing, Thomas. Don't lollygag any of your passes. And
if it's the wrong one, well, at least make it a bullet, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Al Arbour used to say, if we don't get it, they don't get it. So there was never soft passes in his vocabulary.
Dogpile along the boards. Cizikas pushed it around the net for Matt Martin to go collect. And Martin will ice the puck here.
I'm not sure why Matty was doing that in particular.
He made it hard.
Yeah, he did make it hard, and he looked, and there was nobody there that was going to get it. So I think that just was a little bit of a mistake by Matty. He's a much more intelligent hockey player than that, so that's a rare mistake by him.
I think part of it too, he's the left winger, and he caught himself really low getting that rebound. He knew there wasn't going to be reinforcements up on that left side.
Islanders win the defensive zone draw with a hustle play from Hudson Fasching. Islanders are actually losing the face-off battle tonight, something we have rarely said this season. Played behind for Fasching. Fasching's pass snuck through to Ryan Pulock. Nelson turns and shoots, knocked down, and Montembeault swept it away from Matt Martin.
Yeah, he had to work hard to find that puck, that loose puck. That was a great play by Brock. That's one of those throw it towards the net. There's people in front. Who knows what's going to happen?
Fasching got it to the front of the net. Nobody was home. Matt Martin was headed for a change. And Ryan Pulock delays. Hit a pass into the skates of Siplikov. Inside 3 minutes to go as Siplikov got tangled up with Hudson, knocked him down. Cole Caulfield moves it on for Caden Gooley. He'll back off the pressure while they finish their changes.
Yeah, want to keep the shift short right now. Brock Nelson's already off the ice, so Palms will try and get off as quickly as he can, but you just don't want to be an extended shift at this point in time and make a mistake because you're tired.
Armia worked on by George. Horvat to support down low. George came away with the puck, but he gets turned into by Armia. Then Horvat had his stick lifted, and Thompson's the one who comes away with it. Pass on for Palmieri. Found a way to get that puck through for Anders Lee. Lee attempted to get that to Horvat, never got there. Cut off by Gooley, and he just launches it down the ice.
One thing you don't want to do is throw it out to the slot from behind the goal line in the offensive zone.
Thompson will clean that up. Skated right into Brendan Gallagher. 1-on-4, and he came away with the puck, at least momentarily. Horvat turns back. Put it right through Anders Lee in front of the Habs bench. Islanders get some fresh personnel out there as we're down to the final minute 40. Everybody a little cautious right now. Matheson up the ice for Anderson. Knocked into the corner. Mayfield, the good fake. Springs Pajot, but it's slowed up. A lot of ice around the perimeter this time of the game as McLean's shot was blocked. Found the glass. Pajot comes in with a hit on Jack Guy. Puck came to Gallagher. Back check of McLean knocked it away from him. Anderson stumped in, hit off McLean, came to Gallagher, snaps one wide of the net. And then McLean tied up with his man Doc on the way to the net as we're down to the final 60 seconds of the third. Romanov moves it along for Siplikov. Siplikov hanging on to it. Double teamed. And Montreal forces it out. Romanov will find some open ice. Pulock to Palmieri. Knocked off Jack Guy. Would have been offside had Nelson touched it. It's dumped in by Slavkovsky. Sorokin will keep it to the side of the net with 37 seconds to go.
Yeah, good move there by Ryan Pulock. Generate some speed and make sure you can get it in deep. He's going all the way.
Pulock will take it from coast to coast. Fan on a pass to the interior. Now he gets it for Palmieri. Traffic in front. That shot just missed. And we get a penalty called here on Siplikov, who got his stick up. on Caden Gooley, and with just 18 seconds to go in regulation, the Islanders will be shorthanded.
This was sort of behind the play. I didn't see this.
I didn't see it at all, and Siplikov is wondering how that all happened, but that's disaster. I mean, now the Islanders have got to work hard. They got to win this faceoff. I'm checking to see whether it's 2 or whatever it might be. Not sure what, I guess they're checking him to see if it's 4 or 2.
They were about to announce 2, and now they've called Peter McDougall over to the bench to show him the damage.
So my question is Mike Matheson's stick lift, that's not a penalty, and this could be challenged. Am I right, Brendan? Mike Matheson's stick lifts up the stick of Siplikov.
New York number 7 has a double minor penalty for high sticking. That will now be reviewed.
They can review it now.
Yeah, it's not going to be a penalty because Matheson's the one that lifts the stick. That's what hits Gooley. They're going to overturn this. I mean, I've been wrong. I've been wrong before, but as we take another look, it's not Siplikov that high sticks it. And Brendan, am I right in the parameters here?
Yeah, it's kind of a gray area, I think, but watch Matheson, you're right. Siplikov's got one hand on his stick. I mean, this is the action of Matheson is what causes Siplikov's stick to go into the face, and they could rescind the penalty here.
Yeah, and that would
I'm not saying they're going to, but I'm saying they could.
But that would be fair because it wasn't Siplikov coming up and high sticking him, was the loose stick, you could say, and yeah, Matheson caused the issue. So this will be interesting to see their interpretation of this.
Sometimes it's more, you don't see a situation where it's another player on that team that lifts the stick and hits the face. It's usually you lift the stick of a player that then hits you in the face. So This is, I guess, maybe a gray area for me, but that shouldn't be a penalty.
That'll be interesting. But yeah, this in some ways, it's not your fault.
This is a very important announcement.
It was the actions of the Montreal number 8 that caused the high sticking penalty. Therefore, we have no penalty.
And that's the right call, and that is a critical call to get right. And the amazing thing is, it's the penalty being named a double minor that allowed them to go back and look at it and get the call correct.
And maybe that's why they called a double minor, Brendan. Maybe the referees were super smart on that play.
But it was Montreal insisting they come over and look at it.
True enough.
It was the coaching staff from Montreal said, hey, this is more than 2 minutes.
Apparently not.
A little greedy, I guess.
And now there's the face-off in the Montreal zone with just 18 seconds left. So focus in on getting the point, Brendan. Focus on the point. Win the face-off if you can, but...
Oh, what a sequence of events. 18 seconds to go in the third. 14 seconds left as that one was fumbled by Armia. But a look for Suzuki with 10 to Evans, backing off to the wall. Jake Evans kept around the outside. Ryan Pulock will pin it with 3, trying to keep it there. And as time expires in regulation, our game is not done yet. Tied at 1, headed to overtime in Montreal.
It's the most wonderful time.
With Verizon, trade in any phone, any condition, and get iPhone 16 Pro on us. And iPad and Apple Watch Series 10, all 3 on us. Only on Verizon.
Coming up, Islanders Overtime, brought to you by Verizon. By Verizon. Let's take a look at how we got here. Just 2 goals in the game, both in the second period. Patrik Laine in his Montreal debut on the power play at 7:23 made it 1-0 Montreal. Islanders about to go into the intermission, down a goal, but Anders Lee, first effort, second effort, third effort, scores his team leading 11th goal of the season with only 1:05 to go in the second period. Even the score at 1, and nobody scored in the third. And so for the NHL leading 10th time, the Islanders find themselves in overtime.
They don't let anybody go home early.
Nope.
You get your money's worth when you watch the New York Islanders, whether you're the visiting team or you're playing the Islanders at home. The Islanders don't play favorites. They play a tight to the best game.
We saw Montreal. It's just their 5th trip to overtime, but both games against the Islanders so far have gone to overtime. The first time they met, October 19th, nobody scored in overtime, went to a shootout, and went 9 rounds before we found a winner.
A lot of defensemen in that one, too. Yep.
Face-off won by Montreal to start overtime.
And Dvorak wins that face-off. Must be their best face-off, man, because he went right off the ice.
Get possession, get off the ice. It's Suzuki, Caulfield, and Matheson for Montreal. Pulock, Holmstrom, and Horvat for the Islanders as Caulfield shot right off the shin pad of Ryan Pulock.
I think you have to close your gap, don't you, Thomas? I mean, you can see what Montreal was doing there, and I don't think you can just stand and back and let whoever it might be come at you full speed, because it's difficult.
Here's a break for Suzuki, and he's stripped from behind by Holmstrom. Horvat slowly up ice. Fresh on is Dobson, and the puck comes right to him. Dobson shot off the pad, and now look out here. It's a 2-on-1, Suzuki and Caulfield. Suzuki waits, pass across. Caulfield juggled it from a tough angle, put it off the shoulder of Sorokin. Montreal gets the puck back, though. Matheson across now for Caulfield, and he will wait with it. He's been on the ice since the start of overtime.
Butch, this is where you need pressure right now. Someone's got to go and take away that angle. That's the speed you talked about. Chychrun did it. Someone picks up that guy. You just steer.
Hudson gains the line and then jams on the brakes. Laine, Hudson, and Doc for Montreal. Laine bumps it for Kirby Doc. Holmstrom, who's been on the ice for a minute and a half, watching him. Hudson doesn't shoot, backs off. Patrick Laine will take it to the neutral zone, and Holmstrom will try and sneak off, but this is where you can get in trouble. There's the exchange, and the Islanders catch a break.
Yeah, Holmstrom bumped him just enough.
Look out here, it's Brock Nelson with a chance to win it. Dobson, the option as a trailer, but Nelson shot it into Montembeault.
I thought, Butch, maybe he looked over at Noah Dobson. I thought he was perhaps drawing the defenseman in, and maybe he was going to go behind the back easy from up here.
Yeah, that's what I thought right away, because Brock did seem to, but he was shooting all the way, and hey, never a bad play to shoot the puck, but Montembeault's able to square himself up on that play and make a pretty easy.
And Butch, I love the way Simon Holmstrom played this one. You take away a little bit of time. I understand a pass gets there. It's one thing, if we can take another look at that, it's one thing when a pass goes in front of you, and it's another one when it's got to go behind you, because it's going to buy your goaltender a little bit more time to get squared up to the puck, and a timeout taken here.
Yeah, this timeout brought to you by your local Honda dealer. Patrick Waugh is the one who uses his timeout, and after they got a couple of long shifts there from a few players, a chance to push the pause button, get everybody reset with still 3+ minutes to go in overtime.
Yeah, he didn't like that overtime. There's no question. The Islanders made a lot of mistakes. Their coverage was terrible, and they were fortunate to get away with that in the first basically couple of minutes. But you're right, Thomas. Why does a forward want to play defense? Play your angles, skate forward. You've got a much better chance of forcing a bad pass, and at the end of the day, they didn't get a good pass.
Yeah,
and so I thought he did a terrific job on it.
Nelson and Evans to take the face-off. Montreal's won almost 60% of the draws tonight against the #1 face-off team in the NHL, but the Islanders win this one in overtime in the offensive zone, and Ryan Pulock with the puck for Palmieri. To the inside, Palmieri stopped by Montembeault. Nowhere to shoot as Montembeault came out to cut down the angle. Evans over the line for Matheson. It's offside. Hard to hear here at the Bell Center, but the play was offside.
Yeah, he looked like he was going right in, and he was going to go to his forehand, but Palms gets a pretty good opportunity right here, but as you mentioned, Brendan, loses his angle. Ryan Pulock, a little fake by Palms, and then slides over, and by the time he shoots it, the extended stick of Matheson takes away any chance he's got. Watch the stick come out of Matheson, and Montembeault, good angle.
That's the underrated part of it, right? It looks like he got all day and a good chunk of ice to shoot up at that stick. Caused all sorts of problems for Kyle Palmieri.
Well, Holmstrom and Well, you're not using a whole lot of players right now as Patrick Waugh for his group. There's a 2-on-1.
Horvat and Holmstrom. Bo Horvat poke checked away by Matheson. And here comes Caulfield. Dobson's back. Caulfield slows it up and will play it to Suzuki in the neutral zone. Halfway through overtime. Montreal and New York. Another tight one. Matheson drops. Suzuki kicked away and they score! Oh, Sorokin made the first save and the puck just stayed there. Montreal bangs it in for the overtime win. Islanders have to settle for a point. The save was made by Sorokin. It just hit off the skate of Bo Horvat, came right back to Suzuki for the game winner.
Now, every once in a while, you need a little luck here and there, and certainly the Montreal Canadiens, but they had some pretty good chances. But before that, Horvat has a pretty good opportunities. It's a 2-on-1 with Holmstrom and tries to make that slide inside, and then away goes the Montreal Canadiens.
Yeah, Matheson's fingerprints were all over this one, and from there they kept possession, and they eventually came out of the zone. They worked it all the way back in, and Brendan, you talked about it. As they drop the puck to Suzuki, watch this rebound and watch Bo Horvat skate. It's unlucky. That's too bad. That's a bounce, swatted out of the air, and a big goal by Nick Suzuki as this thing somehow finds his blade. Credit to him on the hand-eye coordination, but that's a tough way to go.
For Nick Suzuki, it's his 10th goal of the season, and it is a game winner against the New York Islanders, who fall to the Montreal Canadiens in OT. 2 on the final, back to wrap things up from Bell Center as the Islanders fall tonight 2-1. Montreal beats the Islanders 2-1. Thursday's game is on national television. We're back with you on Saturday night on MSGSN when the Islanders take on the Carolina Hurricanes. Live coverage at 4:30 with Islanders game night puck drop at 5 p.m. at UBS Arena. That's Saturday on MSGSN or streaming on MSG Plus now in the Gotham Sports app. Coming up next on MSGSN, the Mercedes-Benz postgame show with Shannon Hogan and Thomas Hickey. For Butch Goring and Brendan Burke, 2 on the final in overtime. Habs take it over the Isles.